Yay! We are live. We are live. Please join in. Please join in. And when you join in, remember to say hello and tell me where you are logging in from. Just hold on a bit. I'm trying to notify my people that I am live. It's just going to take a second, I promise you. Okay. Alrighty. Which one am I live? Hello, guys. I see there are 2 people who have joined in. Please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, while I update my people in a sec. Today's not going to take time. I'm going to do this quickly. Okay. See. I've managed to see how I can do it quickly. So today we are doing it quickly. Hello guys. Please say hello. Let me know who is watching me now. Okay. Right. Hello, my good and lovely people of the internet. I am Coach Malebo, your holistic life coach, a healer, and an author. Today, I was reading my niece's book. It's called Two Sisters on a Journey. It's for 7+. So we are a family of authors, guys, and this is my sister-in-law, Dolores Oljon. We have like so many books, but my books are Confessions and The Journey, and we also have this. Okay, awesome. All right, so let us begin. Today we're talking about the importance of cleansing after a relationship breakup, and also after a friendship breakup, I believe, even after a divorce, right? We need to cleanse ourselves. Also, we need to understand what soul ties are, because I remember, I don't like how this, why don't you stay like this? I remember this other lady, or he's a guy, who was saying, why is it like the soul ties? It's for people like us who don't have money. Why is it like it's for poor people, but rich people are fine? They are rich, they have money and all of that. So I want to explain, but today I want to make this very quickly, because we have I have a live session on YouTube, I think, or Facebook, with one of the ladies who we are friends on Facebook, and today we're talking about childhood traumas. But in as much as I want to make it fast, let's make it maximum 30 minutes, right? So cleansing, guys. Cleansing is so important. So in African culture, or tradition, especially in South Africa, I don't know about other countries, like different countries there, but what I know is that in African cultures, when somebody passes away, we call the uncles, and the uncles will come and cleanse them. However, if they are using herbs, or if they are going to just use water, whatever it is. And I know of a friend of mine who lost her husband way back, that after there's a period of mourning where you wear a certain color. So with her, she was wearing black, and for that time you have to keep yourself sacred. And after maybe a year, some people 3 months, I don't know how it works, but after a certain period, then you go for cleansing, right? So this is what we have been doing in the African culture and tradition. So because of Christianity, hello Smo, because of Christianity and understanding that Christianity, the religion is most westernized. So many people do not understand. It's like, what are you doing, because white people don't really, Western people don't really practice that, even though there are others who are awakening. I mean, not so long ago, I saw a post that there is a white sangoma. I was like, what? you know so people are awakening to the truth of who they are, and now we understand cleansing, we understand spirituality more than culture, more than religion, right? So we have been doing this. It's just that in Christianity we will be like, no, I do not do those things, as if like it's bad thing. And actually it's not bad for you to cleanse. It's actually not bad at all, right? But the cleansing, again, we only know of it that time when somebody dies in the family, and then you have to go and cleanse. We only know it by that time, but we don't know cleansing when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriages. Hello, Sitiso. And we don't know about cleansing, and guess what happens to us? We carry energies of other people, going from one relationship to the other with another person within you, right? And it's not only about relationships or marriages, but also about friendships. So I met a friend of mine whom I loved so much, and by the time when I met this person, I think I was in a vulnerable state, and sometimes now it has taught me something, and we're going to talk about it. But then our relationship never, friendship, it was a friendship, it never lasted for a long time. And before I knew it, it was drama after drama after drama. And then this person blocked me on Facebook and a whole lot of other things. I don't think that it was we had a fight. And actually it was not even a fight, it was a disagreement, not a fight, a disagreement, that why are you doing this, why are you doing this, those type of things. And before I knew it, I was blocked, right? And after a few months, or even a year after that, I manifested the same thing I had. And this one was not even close to me, but they came and then they did the same drama that my friend did, that I believe that now she doesn't even refer me as a friend. And when I was asking myself, my higher self, why is it that I'm attracting girls who are so dramatic, and does that mean that I'm dramatic? And I was taken through a journey that we all know that nothing actually happens because you are bad, good, or whatever, but you have actually invited it with something within you. So the first part is that I had attracted that friendship, the first friendship, because I was in a state of vulnerability, and and I was awakening. It was my other stage of awakening that had actually caused me to lower myself, because I didn't understand what was happening. So it caused me to lower myself and allow somebody to walk over me or something like that. And when I remember, it was just after the birth of my son, and some of you have heard my story, that I thought I was depressed. I thought like things were just not normal with me. And it was a wounding from my mother, because I was just introduced to motherhood. So I met this friend like that. But then after the drama and the friendship ending, I did not cleanse. Guess what? That energy was still in me, that everyone would see me like that, and then they would pull such drama. And after that point in my life, I went and I cleansed. And I cleansed from a place of peace, not from, oh my goodness, this woman did some type of drama in my life, so 1 2 3. I cleansed from, I am, every time when I remember her name, I would even pray for her, that please bless her, whatever, whatever. So I don't know what's going on in her life, but my spirit will just drop her name in me, and then I will start praying for her. So when I then started cleansing, I then attracted relationships that are good for me. Like I don't need to lower myself. I don't need to behave like, oh, I'm not this person, so that another person can walk over me, right? But the cleansing part then helped me take off the energy and move on to a new relationship or friendship without any hassles. So let's get to the cleansing of a relationship. Now, many of us have been in relationships before. We have, some people have been married, some people have been in relationships before, which then makes us or our soul tied to another person for whatever good or bad reason. And secondly, that we are connected to them emotionally, energetically with these people. And I know many people would relate to this, that you would meet, for instance, Dumelo, right? Is a guy, Dumelo. You meet Dumelo and you are in a good relationship with Dumelo, but then Dumelo does something to you, and then the relationship ends. Now you move to Tepo, and Tepo almost does the same thing. It's the same thing, but in another format, right? And then you move to another one, and then the same thing then happens again and again and again. And we need to really stop and ask, because even your spirit knows what is currently happening. And when you stop and ask, one, you will know the reason why you attracted Tumelo in your life. What was Tumelo going to assist you with? And that you needed to do cleansing for Tumelo and say, the universe, God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, I've learned what Tumelo brought into my life. And I want to end this a cycle of the most Tumelos in my life, right? So every partner, every friend, every husband, every wife comes into your life for a reason. There is no one that came and then they just shook you and then, oh, just because they gave me a baby and they left, many of us, we are thinking that it's that bad, and it's not that bad. So every partner who came into your life, they came, it's within your soul contract that you would meet these people and these people will teach you this. But then, let's say I have 5 exes. So my ex came to teach me about computers. The other one came to teach me about money. The other one came to teach me about love. And the other one came to teach me about kids. Now, if I do not learn and cleanse myself from all this, it means that I cannot find my husband or my soulmate, because I still have 5 and I never went, I am not even in the vibration of learning what these people are giving me, or what lessons they are doing for me. All I see is that they came into my life, they broke my heart, and now I'm gone. Or they came into my life and then they did that, now I'm gone, right? So the more you don't learn why they are in your life, the more you go around attracting the same people, because your soul contract said you are going to learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So when I was still out there, not married, 6 years ago, I met a lot of people, like, people who did not, I had a boyfriend who did not believe in God. I had a boyfriend who was just divorced, and then we were friends before, then we became, all of those things. But when I took time and reflected, during that time when I said I'm going to be single and we're going to talk about it again, I would pick up that these people came into my life to teach me this. My boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, who did not believe in God, who actually came into my life to help me open up for this level that I am, because I get clients who say, who is this God that you're talking about? I don't understand. And now with I understand how to talk to these people. Not that I should not believe in God and all that, but they came into my life to open that part of me, that learn about this part of your life. Because there are other people who think that everyone believes in God, everyone believes in Jesus, everyone believes, and as a people we are diverse, right? So And then the other ex taught me about love to such a point that when I met my husband, I knew that this was love. No one told me. I didn't know his history. I didn't know who he dated or why he dated them. But all I knew is that when I was saying yes to that relationship, I didn't know about marriage, but I knew that this is the one for me. Right? So all of the people, one, they came into your life to teach you something. Even your kids, they came into your life to teach you something. Right? That is the first thing. Now, when we get into a point of cleansing ourselves, we don't just go and cleanse ourselves because we think, oh my goodness, I need a husband or I need a wife, and we're doing it out of fear. No, you relax, right? You relax and you get to know why is it that my husband came, and after however many years, then we divorced because maybe he was cheating, maybe he was doing this, or all of this. Yes, but what is it that they taught you about? What it is that you can say that your ex-partner taught you about? That is the first point of cleansing yourself, right? So you need to understand the lesson within the relationship. If you do not know the lesson, please go and pray and ask God, can you please remind me what is it that these people came to teach me about? Now, because of pain, many people do not see why they were with their partners, because maybe their partners came and then they gave them children and then they left. They gave them maybe illnesses and then they left, and then all of these other things. Then you cannot connect to the reason why. But I am saying today that there is absolutely no one who came into your life because they just wanted to ruin your life. They were attracted to you. That is why many of us, if we could sit here, small, Sidiso, Zelda, Delisile, if we could sit here and talk about our exes, we will find that the people who were attracted to me are not the people who were attracted to you. And we have never dated the same people, right? Because who was supposed to come into your life? Both of you actually were supposed to teach each other something. So many people, when they are ahead, they are just seeing the partners who came to fetch something, and then they don't see anything that they gave in, right, within that. So that is the first thing. Write your partners down. And I did I think it was the class, the reset your mind, yeah, reset your life, in where we were talking about love, heal and prosper, where we did the intense healing on cleansing, your partners and sexual partners and all that. And a few ladies in the group were like, I only have one sexual partner, but there are some people who have more than one sexual partner and all that, right? So, but the first, I'm going to just do the general one. That the first part is to list your partners down and to list the teaching, or the things that you have learned from them, right? You have to do that. And then the second part of it is to cleanse your physical body, or even your physical space, especially if you have stayed with that partner. So, for people who are married and then they got divorced, you need to cleanse your space. You need to cleanse your house where you were living with this person. For the reason that, if you remember, and I spoke to someone who's actually said this, that, a song will be playing and then you remember your ex. And it's not a problem that you could remember your ex, but it is an issue if there is an emotion that comes up when you remember your ex, whether it's a negative emotion or a positive emotion. It's a problem because it means that your soul is still tied to them. Okay, so I remember my ex-boyfriends who did, horrible things to me. But then when I remember them, I do not have an emotion. It's just a thought, because memories are always going to be there, right? So you want to learn. And for people who have been married, who have kids, I know that, there's a whole lot of anger that this guy did this. He gave me kids. it's all about blaming. But today it's about, oh, when you do this exercise, it's all about coming home to yourself and say, okay, fine, I'm no longer going to blame this person, but this person came into my life for a reason. How were you feeling when they came into your life? What was thank you, Zolder. I really needed this cleansing. This session is an eye opener. Thank you so much. All right, yes. So you want to say, where was I? Like I said with my friend, when I met my friend, I was vulnerable. I was going through my another stage of awakening, and I didn't even understand what it was. So to me, I just let everybody walk over me, and they can do anything. There were things that I didn't like about them, but I could keep it to myself. So on the day when we had a disagreement, guess what happened? But emotions after emotions after emotions, right? So you want to find out that when I met my partner, I was this, right? So that this is going to help you, that you have learned the lesson. Now God must put a full stop, that you meet the partner that you want. Because some people want good partners, but then they are carrying the energies of the time when they met the coming partners, the partners who are coming to teach you something. They are not going to give you love. They're just going to just cause you a lot of pain, right? So you want to remember the state and then also the lessons, right? Now, the second part of it is to cleanse your physical body and also to cleanse your physical space. So, how do you cleanse your physical body? Is through, in the church, is fasting. So, fasting, whether you give up meat, whatever that feels right for you guys, you need to fast every month. You need to have a time when you are fasting. And the class that I had about mother and father wounds, I gave out an example. Actually, this was a revelation to me, that why is it that we fast so that we can connect with God? We fast so that we can get that job. It's everything that is external, but we never fast for ourselves. So this would be a time where you fast for yourself, right? Where you fast that you can connect with yourself, because immediately when you allow another person in your space, whether you have sex with them, whether you don't have sex with them, there are emotions, there are a whole lot of time that you spend with these people, and it can amount to you having a soul tie. So many people think that a soul tie is just, maybe having sex. It's not that. Okay, so you want to do a fast. So for this one, I would recommend a water fast. So you can go and Google what is a water fast, and for however long you can do the water fast, right? And be intentional. Now, this fast, as I've already spoken, it's about you. It's about you coming back home to yourself after doing the first exercise of knowing how were you feeling when you met those partners, and the second part is um, you know knowing what in which state were you in. So if you are in a state of confusion, guys, for instance, be honest with yourself, because this, I'm not going to be part of it. But if you met your partner, for instance, when you were desperate, right? You are okay, I met my partner when I was desperate. Then the second part is, what did they teach me about love and relationships? They taught me that when you are desperate, you can allow anything to happen in your life, in your marriage, and everything, right? Then you do that. Guess what is going to happen? When you are desperate, you are not going to look for a person, you are going to look for yourself, right? So this is how you end the cycle of abuse, of hurt, of pain. This is how you do it. You remember where you were, energetically, right? And then you do the water fast or any other fast that may be resonating with you, depending on your health and your well-being. And in this fast now, you want to come home back to yourself, right? So you want to maybe chant out mantras and say, or pray and say, God, my guides, my angels, I have met Tumelo in 1990, Mama. And Tumelo, when I met Tumelo, this was what I was feeling. But I have learned the lesson that Tumelo has come with, even though I had attracted Tshepo and whoever, Obakeng and Thapelo, who did the same thing. But right now, I am conscious in my being, and I understand that Tumelo has taught me the lesson, and today I am saying, can the lesson end? Right? Can the lesson end? And this you can do as a prayer, as a meditation, lighting candles. You remember I did some explanation on the colors of the candles, and also I did a thing on cleansing. So that is the first part that you do. You come back home to yourself. You ground yourself. I've been teaching about grounding. You can spend time away from Facebook and anything and come back to yourself. Guys, this is what I do. Even myself, when I feel like I'm out of alignment with myself, I will stop doing the lives. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I felt like there's a shift. Then I didn't go live. I didn't teach anyone about anything. I was dealing with me, right? So if it's intense, you need to deal with yourself and stop even telling the world that you are working on this thing. Just do it all by yourself and cleanse yourself from this. You are also welcoming yourself, your higher self, the universe within you, and you are saying, I am coming back home to yourself. I know that you have learned the lesson, and the karmic cycle, whatever we want to call it, can I am commanding it to end now, right? So that any relationship that you go to, one, you would ask yourself, you're not going to go to any relationship and be like, okay, yeah, this one likes me, and you are going to now go to a relationship and be conscious that, oh, how am I feeling, right? That is the first thing, because a lot of people don't deal with this part, then they go from one relationship to the other, and you're going to get the same results. Okay, that is the first one. Now the second part, so is the physical body, right? Now you need to do we do mind, body, and spirit, right? So is the body, and then now the mind. In the mind, you want to do a lot of meditations. There are meditations here on YouTube about cleansing your energy, and when you are doing them, you want to also be out loud, put your intention that I'm doing this meditation to cleanse my energies of this person, right? I am doing this to cleanse my energy. You can write if you have 50 X's. Guys, don't even be like, oh, I cannot do it, it's a lot of X. Do with everyone. Even if they passed away, do it. Even if they have been married to another person, do it. It's for your own good, right? So you want to cleanse your energy. You want to cleanse from the mind and the emotions, because I know a lot of people who are repeating the same emotion. So let's say Tumelo used to say, I don't love you, and then you felt like crying. Now when somebody else says, I don't love you, you feel like it's the same, and then you also give out that same emotion, right? So you need to cut cords, right? You need to cut cords with the emotions and everything that you have given to another person, right? That is how you cut soul ties. So soul ties are people that soul. Let me even explain this. Soul is mind and emotions, right? So your mind will remind you of the things that you used to have with Tsepo, and then it will pick up an emotion. So that is why I said, even if it's a good emotion or bad emotion, for as long as an emotion is picked up that was present in that relationship, then it's a problem. So there are other people who are married, but they have access to their ex, and they can talk to them, and they can feel somehow, and when they, those type of things. So you are still, actually, you are in a relationship with a whole lot of people if you are like that, because you can share your emotional well-being or your emotional self with another person and come and be physical here. Right? Okay, so you want to do meditations, you want to clear out, you want to do the EFT to clear out any emotional things, blockages, or whatever that we want to call it, in your meridian. So that EFT you studied from here, I used to like really do the EFT, right? So you want to unblock your energy and cleanse it, right? The last one, which is a spiritual part of the cleansing, you want to go for a river cleansing, right? So the river cleansing, really, I even recommend it for people who have been married and then they got divorced, because you had a vow. For people who have been married, you had a vow that even people who are in relationships, they do make unconscious vows. But when you have been married, you say, I said to my husband, I'm taking you till death do us part. Now, the difference now is that the death did not do you part. Maybe cheating did you part. Maybe whatever, infidelity, whatever that we want to call it, did you part. And then the vow, it's not, it hasn't broken, because the vow that you made was till death do you part. Though you can go to home affairs and sign whatever, and the world knows that you are unmarried, right? But in the energy part of it, you are still married, right? So that is where you need to cleanse in the river. And even if you have had maybe a child with this person and all that, I would recommend that you do the river. So for my Christian friends, river cleansing. Firstly, when I was introduced to it, I was thinking, oh my goodness, river. I was thinking, oh my goodness, masangoma or something, Plus, we view masangoma as, but I no longer do that anyway. So in the book of Second Kings, I think it's chapter 5. If it's not, Second Kings chapter 5, where it talks about a man who was instructed to go and cleanse himself in River Jordan for 7 consecutive days. So you see, there are other things that you can do a soft bath for. And for people who think that it was not that hectic, you can just take a salt bath and cleanse yourself with candles. Remember, when you are doing that process, the candles that you are praying with for cleansing, you need to burn them out. So you don't want to use the same candle. If you were doing a 5-day fast and then also you were cleansing cleansing with candles, you also want to burn those candles down when you are done, so you are not going to repeat the same thing. If you can't, maybe throw them away. Right? So the river cleansing, like I said, you want to go to the river. There are people who are doing river cleansing. You can go and wash yourself. And some people have been to river cleansing, but maybe the intention was not to cleanse that part of you. Maybe the intention was just to get more money or cleanse from this and this and that, right? But for this one, you will specifically say, I am going to the river to cleanse myself of the energies of 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. And I promise you, your life will never be the same again. Your life will never be the same again. And the man that you always, or the woman that you always said you wanted to have, you will have them. You will not have to go and say, hi, my name is Mo. I want a man who's got money and who's driving a Mercedes. You will never have to go and do that. The people who are within the level of your vibration will come and say, hey, babes, I want to marry you, right? That is how it's going to happen, right? But in the process, guys, I need to say this. In the process of you cleansing yourself, you want to be sacred, right? You want to keep yourself sacred, your mind, your body, and your spirit sacred. And what do I mean? I know with myself, way before I met my husband, I would have a boyfriend, and this boyfriend, then there would be people on WhatsApp that you talk to. They are not your boyfriend. You never met them, or maybe you just go to them when you feel like, oh my goodness, I don't feel well. Then you use them as sort of like, or you're flirting with them, sort of, right? So you want to end those relationships, and how do you end those relationships? By writing, by speaking. And I remember one day I had those lingering relationship. Like, it was not like it's a relationship like, yeah, I came to city serious, right? But it was those people that when you don't know what to do, then you go to them, because now you have created that culture and you cannot take care of your emotions, you cannot soothe yourself. We were doing this during the time when we were doing the mother and father healing workshop. that you cannot heal yourself, you cannot do all these things by yourself. You always want to have someone in your life. When something happens in your life, you want to have a shoulder to cry on. If you are going to do this process, and if you want this process to be effective, you want to keep your life sacred, right? If you're already in a marriage setup or a relationship setup, and you want to do this, you have again to keep yourself sacred, meaning that you communicate with your partner that, you know what, this is what is happening. I want to cleanse myself from the energies of the people that I have been with before you. And I'm going to fast for 3 days, meaning that I'm not going to be on social media, or we're not going to be able to make love, because I am doing this process for myself, right? And for the people who are just, they say they single, which is from the home affairs, and then they single, which is, utshwara di-piece job onyana mo. You need to cut those relationships. Cut them. Tell the people that I don't want you anymore, with a word or writing. And I remember myself, I did that to this other guy, which I don't know, it was a situationship, right? So when I ended all my relationship, like, it was not a lot of relationship, but you know yourself that you would have like things like people that you would ask for money, and then after that you laugh in a way, and then you feel the type of emotions for them, and sometimes you're like, you have a nice body and things like that, stupid things like that. You need to end those. So when I said to this guy, it's over, he was like, what is over? I said, whatever that we were doing, it's over. And I literally went through this time alone. And the very first man that I met after that was my husband, right? So you want to do this process alone. If your spirit says you must do it for a month, for a year, do it. You know it is for your good. So that's it. Coach Malebo, yeah, go dumela. Yes. So that is it, guys. That's when you need to be cleansing yourself, right? So that's it from me. If you are here for the first time, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Next year, March 2022, we have a retreat. Again, Inspire the Woman Within. We're going to do a lot of work. It's going to be an upgrade from what we had for the first time. And we're also going to have a book launch, an exclusive book launch. You want to be part of this, please communicate with me on WhatsApp. And for my people who have been sexually abused, raped, or molested, I have a session for you. This is totally, absolutely for people who have been sexually abused, who have been molested, who have been raped. We need to heal, right? And I've been doing my healing. I want to also help you heal this part of you so that you can create the life that you want. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow on the grow. Goodbye.